This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Ewan McGregor stars as Count Alexander Rostov in A Gentleman in Moscow, the new limited series based on the best-selling novel. Stream it with the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan. Visit ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
See, now, for some reason it looks backwards on YouTube as well, but when I look other places, it doesn't really look backwards, but it's all good. We in this bitch. Y'all come on in. Y'all already know what time it is. If you don't know, then you frontin', because
it's time for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits. Every
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
Okay. Y'all already know what time. Thank you so much. Y'all know what time it is. Come on in. Wherever you watch and share the live. If you see somebody that you know, comment their name. Yes. This prison talk this whole week. And we out here.
Hey, big time, I did big time, giving up them years, they took me straight off the front line, I'm not lying. I'm watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. Then the judge just dismissed me like I was dumb too. Then the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. And reality set in like it was supposed to. Cat calls down the hall, that's what them folks do. Brown bag, bologna sandwich in them jumpsuits. My cellmate just did 100 years on some dumb shit. Damn, is this the end of the days? Cause living in a cell is just like being in a grave. If ain't no money on your books, then you ain't eating shit. You better pray that you can mail a penitentiary gift. For them lonely days, a visitation list from your family and your friends, that's a major lift. And yo, spirit, all the trauma on the yard, you wanna forget it, yeah. Behind these walls is different, and you wouldn't understand if you didn't live it. Ayy, big slime, I did big time, ayy, and they took me out the front line. I'm still scarred from doing my time, and everybody said I should let go. I'm trying, but it did something to my mental. In or out the pen, you know, stand 10 toes. If you ain't know, now you know, I hold my own, that ain't wrong. And I know I gotta think different, cause if I don't, then I guess I be the same nigga. Wait, I'm tryna let it go. I'm tryna be a better person so I don't have to get physical. I gotta get my mind right for the limelight. I don't care who judging if they don't know doing timeline. Tryna be an example to my fans and all my peoples and my nieces and my nephew. Big slime, I did big time. Sitting in the cold cell in the daytime. Your time be fine, but it's not like the world, no. Big slime, I did big time. Giving up them years that took me straight off the front line, I'm not lying. I'm watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. Then the judges dismissed me like I was dumb too. Then the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. Damn, it's just the end of the days. Cause living in a cell is just like being in a grave.
If you ain't never been locked up, then you might not understand exactly the feelings that was brought out in that song. You know, the words that's being spoke or sung. I got chills, like it's not even me. But I made that song for all of us. All of the ones that's locked up. That's why I do prison talk every month, because number one, it needs to be talked about. Number two, you never know whose story might be spoken on this couch that might help somebody. It can even help kids, because trust me when I say that even though I have a potty mouth, I still have kids that listen to me on the podcast. So, you know, you want to be that voice. I know for sure I do. So that's why I use my platform to speak on the things that's happening. You know, mention the people that we've lost, mention the people that is still locked up that we still remember. It says, I tell people about this all the time. This topic is something that we shouldn't be scared to talk about. Exactly. We shouldn't. And a lot of people that know, that has heard my story from the first season and the second season, when I first got out of prison and I started my music, everybody that I did music with is famous now. Every single person. But they kept trying to make me not speak about prison. They like, no, don't say nothing about when you was locked up. None of that shit. But that's where I spent half my life. So that's all I was really talking about. I'm like, hold on, yeah, we did this on the yard. Oh, yeah, we making spreads. Oh, yeah, that soda, yeah, we making cakes with them. Like, everything was reminding me of prison, and I was just like, I kept speaking on it to the point where they was like, yeah, see. No. Now I'm loud and proud. I got my own platform. I could talk about prison talk anytime I fucking want to. Any day, if I want to, I can do it the whole month. If I want to. But I do it every month for a whole week, because guess what? It's where I spend half my life. It's where I spend half my life. Prison is how I made it to be an influence. Yep, is influence you as you are. Exactly. You know, honestly, so, and I talk about this a lot too. The men's prison was probably different than the women's prison as far as friendships. There wasn't a lot of black women that was on the yard with me that was very nice to me. And I'm okay with that. They're all nice to me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all fuck with me now. But, you know, when you're not like someone else, they get offended. When someone on the yard doesn't know something about you, they get offended. It like irks their soul to not know who you are, what you in here for, what you went through, if you part of a gang. Like, seriously. And you have to be on the set for them to accept you. And if you're not like that, then you're on the other side. And the other side meaning you either hanging out with a bunch of white people or, no, for real. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's dead ass. Like, you're definitely not hanging around your own kind, because your own kind is shunning you, making you feel some type of way on the yard. And it's sad, but it's true, you know. But, and again, another thing that I talked about is when we get out, a lot of us, we don't look at each other like, bitch, I didn't fuck with you on the yard. No. It's hugs. It's daps. It's love. Because we know what we did. We know how much time we did. We know what it was like on their yard. And guess what? We made it out. So anytime anybody was mean to me or you know, some type of way to me on the yard, everything I said on the yard, I'm doing now. I said I was going to do this. It doesn't matter if you was mean to me or not. I will put you on my platform, because guess what? I love you. Genuinely. I love everybody I was locked up with. I don't give a fuck if they, and I know y'all probably going to be like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck what their crime was, what they was in there for. If I built a relationship and a bond with you, and even if I didn't, guess what? When I see you out, I'm not finna be like, I don't fuck with her. I'm gonna be like, girl, come on, welcome home. Do you need anything? You good? Would you like to get on the podcast and you got a business? Would you like to spread your business? Do you want anything I can do to help? Please, do you like me? You do music? Let me record you. Let me do your first session for free. Like, I'm like that. Like, I'm not the type of person that I'm about to be like, fuck you, you was mean to me on the yard. I don't give a fuck about how you was on the yard, because I know that you guys had to put on a facade to get through. And some people didn't have to put on a facade. Some people didn't have to put on a mask. Guess what? Some people was just genuinely just them. They was just them. It says, men's prison have a lot of politics, and everyone doesn't rock with each other, even if they know them from the streets. The separation happens from the time you leave A&R. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. It's just, when it comes to being on the yard, you can't just be, hey, how you doing? Like, I was like that. But you can't just be that person without suffering the consequences of somebody treating you fucked up. Or somebody running over you. Stealing your canteen. The fuck? Like, But when we get out, none of that matters. None of the past matters. Matter of fact, there's a young lady that passed away that wasn't the nicest to me. You think I didn't, you think I was like, I'm not gonna put her picture up. No, her picture is right up here. I'm not gonna tell y'all which one it is, but her picture is right up here. I don't know. First of all, because regardless of whatever the situation is, I would never wish death upon anyone I fuck with or anyone that I was locked up with. Sorry, I just don't, Not everybody is like that. Not everybody give a fuck about anybody that they was locked up with. They'll be like, shit, they out, fuck them. I don't give a fuck what they doing. I ain't fuck with them on the yard. There's some people that's really like that. But you see this? I got pictures of the ones that sent me pictures. There's still people sending in pictures, and you still can. You can see it real clear on YouTube, but you can also see it everywhere else as well. But these young ladies I did time with. Some of them I didn't do time with, but that didn't stop me from posting a picture. Look at they glow up. Look where they went from to where they at now. They are all doing something. And some of them you'll even see a business pop up. Some of them got their own businesses. Some of them is doing a fucking damn thing right now. Right now. And I am proud to know I'm honored to even have you guys' picture up here. Like, and I'm going to always play these pictures. Matter of fact, if you a man and you've been to a men's penitentiary, send your picture. Prison is prison. I didn't say women's prison. You see, I have one man that sent his picture in. It's fine. But I will post it. If you did time and you're out now, and whatever you're doing now, I don't give a fuck what county you was in, what city, what state. I don't give a fuck. I will post you. Because your glow up needs to be celebrated. It needs to be celebrated. Look how far you've come. That needs to be celebrated. Because it's easy to get caught up and go back to the penitentiary. It's easy. Especially when you've been in trouble before. You think them officers that pull you over, they not looking like, oh shit, oh yeah, they've been locked up before. Let me see how I can shake them up. Let me see how I can shake them up and make them feel some type of way. I've had an officer do that to me. I was falsely arrested last year. They talk about I never did my time. So I didn't just do 9 years and I'm out, and you looking at, they was looking at, I don't know how they was looking at the shit. But they ended up arresting me in Oklahoma County and putting me in there for 48 hours, and then they had to release me. But that's not after they bust out my tail light, towed my car after they wasn't supposed to tow my car. That wasn't after all of that happened. It says, I did about 10 years, came home and stayed out the way for almost 10 years, and then had an incident that put me back in for 15 months because I wanted to race motorcycles. See, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Anything could get you sent back. Anything. Do you know, and I think I've told this story before, but when I was locked up, I kept seeing people leave and then come back. Leave and then come back. And I used to be like, damn, once I get out, I promise you. I promise. I am not coming back. I kept saying that. So when they came and they offered me parole, I said, no. They said, excuse me? I said, no, I'm good. I'm not taking parole. They was like, you not taking parole? I'm not. I'm just discharged. Because I kept seeing people leave and come back off parole. And I just was like, damn. And I was studying these women. I was questioning them. And I don't normally like to walk up on people like, yo, what you in here for? What? I was walking up on them like, hey, what did you do to get back? can you tell me exactly like what the steps was? Like, what did they do? How long did it take before you? Once I learned all of that, that's all I need to know. It says now I have 3 platinum records and 2 Grammy nominations. Let's fucking go! Congratulations. Send me the information so I can post you up on here. You need to be celebrated. The fuck? You did almost, look, not only did you do 10 years, but you even went back and did 15 more months. Bro, you need to be celebrated. For real. But I didn't take parole because I seen everybody coming back. So this one last lady that came back, you know what she told me? She said, I'm only guilty of loving my lover and marrying him. And I was like, what you mean by that?
She was a felon and he was.
She was a felon and he was a felon too. She married him and they took, right after the ceremony, they took both of them right back to prison. They didn't ask them no questions, no nothing. You on parole? Oh, you on parole and you gonna marry a felon? Cuff her up. Lock her up and throw away the key. And that's basically how it is. Now, I don't know about any other county, but I know in Oklahoma, if you, it's like this. Say you got 15 years. You got out on parole, say, on the 10th year. And you had 5 more left. So you was like, you know what, I'm going to take the rest on parole. Okay. So say when you get out, you doing day for day, right? Now, say you that young lady that married her husband and went back to prison. She's starting her whole sentence over again. Day for day. Until they finally give her her level. Like, they're not about to just be like, oh, well, just finish the fight. No. They don't make it easy for you. It says, I will send you information. You actually just interviewed one of my artists. Okay. Juice the Mac. Shout out to Juice the Mac. Shout out to all the artists that's in Oklahoma City that's doing the motherfucking thing. Shout out to everybody that got their own business. Shout out to everybody that's on this look, that's scrolling past here. Look, first of all, y'all are the real MVP. Y'all are the real MVP. Y'all out. Y'all doing the damn thing. And guess what? Ain't no stopping us. It's only up from here. It's 2024. And you know what comes after that?
Oh, shit.
2025. Bless you.
Thank you.
Which means it's going to keep going up, right? Years is going to keep going. Yes. We got this. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you check on your strong people. Check on your people. If you fuck with somebody, make sure that you check on them. Please do.
That's what I should have wrote. 2 of those.
He says she'll actually, he said bless you.
Oh, thank you. Bless you in return.
All right. Just check on your people. Anybody that you fuck with, you check on them because you never know what they're going through right now. Anything could happen. Life be lifing. Life be fucking lifing. And when it lifes, sometimes you ain't got no choice but to just take it by the fucking neck and just, okay, motherfucker. I know y'all heard the story yesterday about me getting robbed. And me being who I am, I found the motherfucker. Okay. And found my stuff and other people's stuff. But yesterday somebody inboxed me and they was like, you know what? You really should be your neighborhood patrol. Like, no. Look, respectfully, y'all, like, I don't know about neighborhood patrol, but I know this. We not finna just let nobody take our shit no more. We done with that. We gonna find they ass, okay? And hopefully we ain't feeling in the fighting spirit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't feeling like fighting because, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Busting out windows, you ain't even gotta bust out windows. Just, come on now, why is you stealing? Anyway.
If your motherfucking ass needs some money, I can give you fucking $10.
Yeah.
You busting out a damn window and stealing shit that ain't got no money in it. What the hell?
Luckily, I got everything back. But, y'all, let me tell you something.
You buried my shit.
What would you... Right. What do you feel like is worth going to prison for? What would you say? Is there anything on this earth that's worth going to prison for?
I don't like my child. Oh my gosh. But I love my life so much. But like my child, yeah, like my kids or whatever. Motherfucker fuck with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So now for me, honestly, it would be if someone was to touch. I mean, like in a disrespectful way, like as far as like harm or rape, my wife, myself, or anybody I'm close to. I have a problem with that. Like, I'm not all the way there yet. Like, if that was to happen to somebody close to me, I wouldn't just be like, pray for them. I'm not at that point yet. It says nothing in this world is worth going to prison for. I'm not at that point yet.
I wish I could say the same.
Right.
But like,
I'm not at the point where if somebody was to hock a loogie in my eyeball.
Like, it's been times where I should have went back and fucking maybe shot a nigga or whatever. I ain't gonna care.
Right.
Like, for real.
Now, when I caught my case, and like I said, I never tell anybody to do what I do or do what I did. But when I caught my case, I was young, and I couldn't let it go of the fact that this man raped me. Not only did this man rape me, but my own family member did not stick up for me, yet got rewarded because I was taken advantage of. I couldn't, it just didn't sit right with me. It says the things that happen in prison is going to take you away from who you are as a person anyway. So there's no need to lose yourself even more, no matter who takes a life that you love a lot. Well, doing as much time as I've done, and I'm telling y'all to your face that if anything as far as rape or anything like that happened to my wife or, you know what I'm saying, like my nieces, or I wouldn't act like I didn't catch my case the first time. I would act as if it was the same day that I caught my case. That's something that I will not tolerate. You can cuss me out. I've had a man fucking slap my ass. Like, just the other day, me and my wife was at the bar, and this man was like, y'all sexy as fuck. We was just like, y'all can do all of that. But as far as like touching, don't put somebody in a position to go to prison. Don't. Like, and it's not that everybody puts themselves in a position themselves. It's not always that way. It's literally times where you can be the person that puts somebody in a situation. Even if you didn't mean to. Say me and my bestie going somewhere. I'm a felon. I'm not licensed to no gun. Say she ain't tell me that she had a gun and we get pulled over and they like, you know what? We just gonna fuck with y'all anyway. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck that you registered. I'm taking her to jail because she's a felon and she's next to you with a firearm. She didn't mean to. It happened. Sometimes shit happens like that. That's deep. That's tough. It says the way things work today, we almost have no choice. When a person wakes up in the morning and decide that they're going to do something ugly to somebody, oh yeah. Now, that's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to wake up and be like, you know what? I'm choosing violence. Sometimes violence chooses me. If y'all just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA, real JANELL. I'm going to play another song, and we're going to keep going. Now, if you see anybody that's scrolling on the back that you know, comment their name. It might be too bright on Facebook, but it's not bright on YouTube or Instagram or Big O. So if you're watching anywhere else, and if you're listening on Spotify and Pandora, go back and rewatch the live. Check it out. Let's get into it. How damn show good is he?
If it's my ego, can you blame me? I be popping shit. And the shit hating on the low, man, you ain't stopping this. I do my damn thing, and you know that's a fact. And I'm happy this money straight out the fucking trap. And I be giving it feeling like I'm happy. Some of my people change, but I'm okay with that. And I forgive, but ain't no need to run it back. You made your bed, now lay it down, go take a nap. Hold up, I hope you didn't think that I believe you. You made your choice, but ain't no need to go back. No, if I cut you off, I'll leave you no slack. And please don't test my gangsta, for I'll fuck around and go back, you know that. But back to this money, back to the shame. Straight to the highway, hustling, pushing things. I'm never stopping, gotta act them bad, Why the fuck would I need my ends. I mean, I do though. I need my motherfucking hands. Oh, I'm tripping. I think it's you. Oh, it's me. Oh well. If it's my ego, can you blame me? I be popping shit. And the shit hating on the low, man, you ain't stopping this. I do my damn thing, and you know that's a fact. And I'm happy this money straight out the fucking trap. And I be giving it here, feeling like I'm happy. Some of my people change, but I'm okay with that. And I forgive, but ain't no need to run it back. You make your bed, now lay it down, go take a nap.
Y'all make sure you share the live. Tell your peoples about the couch. It's prison talk this whole week. So don't worry if you didn't get a chance to get your picture sent in. You can still send your picture because every time we do prison talk, you'll always see these same faces because they still have a glow up. It's still gonna be relevant this whole year. So it'll add on. There'll be more and more and more people added on. So I'm so super proud of these ladies. Look, Coaching Beyond the Fences, Kendra Russell. Shout out to Kendra Russell and Coaching Beyond the Fences. She has a lot going on with that as well. Some of these ladies, they got some things going on. Like, if you have a business, if you didn't get a chance to send me your business, send me your business. Let me post your business with your picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. You never know who's watching. And trust me when I say, I have people that come back and they rewatch and they re-listen from all over. So don't let these views fool you. Don't do that. Don't do that. You guys, January the 22nd is Mental Health Talk on the Couch. If you would like to share your story, if you're comfortable, you are more than welcome to come sit on this couch, or you can join in on the live. But I will be sharing a story as well on the 22nd. Because, as I said, I go through things all the time as well. This is the therapy that you never knew you needed, and it's definitely the therapy that I know that I need. You know, and I get it every time I get on the couch. I'm just so thankful for all my couch potatoes that stay tuned in and that keep me encouraged, you know. Like I said, this is the therapy I know I need. You know, I get a lot of stuff out, and a lot of times I get off the couch and I be like, yeah, I feel better. You know, I feel a lot better. But I don't know about y'all, but I know for sure I be feeling better. Keep streaming the couch on Spotify and Pandora, please. Also, keep on streaming my music on Spotify and Pandora. Anywhere that you could download music, type in my name. Any song that you heard, unless I tell you that you won't find it. Like that last song that I played, you won't be able to find it. But you'll always be able to hear it on the couch. But Time, you'll be able to find that one. Type in JANELL and Time. Trust me when I say that is our song. Anybody that was locked up, that song is for us. Like, I wrote that for all of us. To me, that's our theme song. Like, people, if they don't understand even a little bit, hopefully that gives them a dab of it. You feel me? So, Elevate, my album will be dropping soon. I'm hoping at the end of this month. I didn't say the end of this month again because I'm really, really trying. I got a lot of stuff that I'm putting together. You know what I'm saying? And plus content. So, but I'm praying for the end of this month, if not the middle of next month. Just bear with me, please. But Elevate, I'm telling y'all, when I say I'm about to hit y'all with some shit, I got some shit. I got some shit on. Yes, a dab is always good, they said. I got some shit on this album, and I'm super excited to share it with y'all. I'm telling y'all gonna be like, oh, yeah, I got some shit. Question from the Couch will be dropping tomorrow night, so make sure that y'all stay tuned in. Put on the post notifications, that way you never miss anything that I drop, no matter what I'm doing. My main page, some of y'all have seen me on my main page, but the Couch page is where I go live, you know, with the podcast stuff. So if you was wondering why you didn't catch me live on my main page, it's because that was for the Couch. So make sure that you subscribe to all the channels, all the pages. That way, like I said, you don't miss anything. You don't miss anything. I mean, you don't want to miss nothing anyway. Why would you? Have you guys been tuning in to news you can use from the Couch? Y'all, yesterday was so fucking cold when I was out there doing the news, and I dropped my phone in the mud like 6 times, but I got it done. And if you guys didn't hear me, in the middle of Penn heading south towards I-40, there's a really big lake in the middle of the road. You have to be really careful, especially if you have a low car. You don't want your undercarriage getting all flooded in. I'm trying to tell you, be safe out there. It's starting to get really, really cold in Oklahoma City, and it's going to be snowing this weekend. It's already started snowing. It's going to get even colder. Start dripping your faucets. Don't forget to drip your faucets, because trust me when I say, this adult shit ain't no joke. And if that pipe burst, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to be very expensive, and that's what you don't want. And I'm trying to help you. Listen, the mic on the couch is still waiting on somebody to hit it. Somebody with bars, of course. But I'm patient. If we don't get it done until May, I don't mind waiting until May, until the right person come with some good bars. I provide the beat. It's donation only. That's no set price. It's donation only. I provide the beat, the edit, the session, the whole vibe. It's a vibe. You know, if you haven't got a chance to look at any of the other ones, go check out. Go to the YouTube channel, and you'll see a whole section of the mic on the couch. And trust me when I say, they killed it last year. Queen Caution was the one that won on the page with the most votes, but the one that had the most views on YouTube was 2U's Up and Up. So y'all make sure that y'all follow both of them on all social media. 2U's Facebook is Darius Owens. I will tag him. And Queen Caution, oh my God, y'all, she fire as fuck. You hear me? Fire. Shout out to Flower Rangers Dispensary. That's what we smoking on right now. What's the name of that one?
I think it's the White Truffle.
White Truffle. Now you will see their information scrolling in the back as well. When I say they gassy for your assy.
Make sure y'all remember. I ain't gonna I'm so motherfucking hot right now.
See, y'all make sure y'all tap in with them and tell them that the couch sent you. Also, if you're an artist and you're looking for content, you know, videos to be done, I'm doing video deals. Like, if you don't want any edits. If you don't want any edits and you just want, but I'm not finna just send you any old video. Like, if you look on my page, the last video I shot, I did it for the low. And I got you. I know how it is to get content when you need some content. So, tap in with me. Let me give you a good deal. Also, shout out to Cynthia Butler Drake for getting the body cams popping off. Y'all, she was persistent and consistent. And I feel like, me and my wife, we feel like she's the main reason why it's getting done. So, you guys will be seeing, well, you won't be seeing unless you locked up, but there will be body cams in the jails and prisons in Oklahoma now. You will see that. scrolling in the back as well. That's dope as fuck. You know, when you are making a difference out here, when you are doing something and you are staying persistent, I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell y'all. It says, okay, love you. Yeah, please do. I will help you. I got you. Yes, but Cynthia. Oh, that's Flower Rangers. Cynthia's right after that one. But I'm telling you, you guys, make a difference no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Make a difference. Remember when we was locked up? Remember? And then the people that was still locked in, they was like, don't forget. Don't forget about what you went through in here. Don't act like nobody said that to you. Don't ever forget about us. But some of y'all actually got out and you forgot. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because some of us aren't, yes, this one is the Deborah Drake one. Y'all go to Amanda's Law on Facebook as well. But some of y'all got out and y'all didn't think nothing of anybody. But don't get it twisted and think because we didn't send you money that we don't give a fuck. Because we do. We do. We doing other things to show that we care. You feel me? Like, well, I know for sure I am. I love y'all. I've never been one to send money because, come on now, y'all. We did time. And we be knowing. Like, come on now. If you want a cigarette, just say you want a cigarette. If you want to, yes. Thank you so much, Hassan. If you want a cigarette, just say you want a cigarette. I did have some people that hit me up like, yo, I'm trying to smoke. I'm trying to hit the lottery. Like, hit the lottery? What you doing in the casino? Cut it out. Shout out to the ones that is sending money into the penitentiary. Shout out to the ones that's going back into the penitentiary to teach, to do classes, to actually, that's a way to give back as well. That's a way to give back as well. Shout out to the ones that's still visiting their people. Once I completely get over my anxiety of going back in, I'm going to go visit my friends. But y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. Even though we free, oof, hearing that clink, clink, seeing them officers and going through that pass search and all of that, some of those memories are the memories I just don't want to bring back just yet. So, you know, I'm working on it. To this year, I want to go visit my peoples. You know, I want to get back in there and visit. You know, I want to get over that anxiety. PTSD ain't no joke. Anxiety ain't no joke, especially when you've been locked up so long. It does something to your mental. And even though you get out and you're like, I'm not institutionalized, and even though you haven't been institutionalized your whole prison sentence, you might get out and find yourself being a teensy bit institutionalized. It doesn't matter what it is, what you've done. Something might make you feel like, oh my God. Like, why did I just do that? Like, I'm still mopping the floor with a rag and pads. Why did I just do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's times where I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling for a cookie cake. Like, I'm feeling like making a spread right now.
You making me hungry now.
You know, or I'll keep my door closed, like when we was locked up. Or I'll find myself testing people like I'm back on the yard, like, yeah, let me put this motherfucker through a test. If you pass this test, we're gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you find yourself doing small things that's institutionalized, and you like, damn, come on now, I did real good up until now. Like, what the fuck? It ain't something that you do on purpose. It just happens. It just happens. And it ain't your fault. just like it's not your fault if you have flashbacks about anything that has happened on the yard. Like, even if you didn't think that it affected you on the yard, you might not have thought it affected you on the yard. But now you find yourself having anxiety when you didn't have anxiety then. You held it together on the yard. You was good. But now you find yourself having flashbacks. Certain noises, you're like, oh, shit. What was that? Certain keys, you like, oh. Never mind. It's not something that you want to happen. It just happens. But you was this person on the yard. Some of y'all was studs on the yard. Now I catch y'all out here with a big gut, a mini skirt, and some heels. I'm not lying. And I'm like, whoa. But on the yard, you was motherfucker. Now I see you. Hey. Motherfucker. I'm like, ooh, shit. Now, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's it's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. It be happening though. It be happening. But it's you don't expect to be institutionalized. You just don't expect. You don't. Those hard ones, those ones that were so tough, some of them is crybabies now. Some of them can't help it because all of the stuff that they held in, they are finally able to release it now. And it's okay. Some of y'all literally had to be that tough person because if you wasn't that tough person, then somebody was going to run over you. If you wasn't that person that acted crazy, then somebody was going to try to get one over on you. If you didn't act psycho over certain things, somebody was going to rob you. It's not sad that you have to put on a facade or be somebody that you're not or do things that you would have never imagined that you would do. It's the reality of it when you're locked up. It's just what you have to do. Because you don't want to be done any old kind of way. You just want to do your time and go home. Some people don't want to see you just do your time and go home. Especially if they have a lot of time. It says, now I went and got me some help. That phase of my life is over and all those behaviors have ceased. See? And some people actually take the time to go get help for it. Some people do. Some people don't find themselves doing the same things that they used to do now, back then. I know when I first got out, I was so institutionalized, I couldn't even take myself. I was like, what? Now, why do I keep shutting this door? But it was also because my family didn't know me. I did too much time. And some of them didn't keep in touch, and the ones that did keep in touch, I wasn't able to be my true self over the phone. I couldn't just be like, I couldn't just do that. I couldn't let nobody just see me crying and just carrying on. No. They would take that and run with it. Yeah, hey, y'all, we caught her slipping. That bitch was crying on the motherfucking phone. Y'all, as soon as she walk out, punch her in her throat. Like, they don't give a, like, they will literally use whatever you going through.
Shit.
Against you. You at your weakest moment, like, ugh. Then all of a sudden you walk out, you get knocked the fuck out. Oh, because you didn't pay Cynthia that noodle, and so she went and got Ashley to come beat your ass. But you didn't know because you was on the phone with your family and you was finally able to be your real self. Oh no. That real self can turn into being a real ass whooping. And it can literally flip just like that. So quick. So quick. You know, when you have a facade or put on a mask for so long, it gets hard to take something off that's been glued to your face for a long time. You kind of got to get some whatever tools you need to get that shit from around your face. And it might take a while. But finally, once you get it all off and you got that last piece off and then you on your glow up. Then you on your go up. Then you about to show up. Okay, stop playing. For real. You got to get through all of that guck that it's been sitting for a long time. It's been, and depending on how many years you did, some did 20 years. That's 20 years worth of a fucking mask that's been on. That wasn't even yours. 20 years of a face that probably changed more than once. So that's glue on top of glue. On top of glue. Because you putting these masks on top of each other. So once you finally break through, and you will, it's not going to take as long as it took to get on there. Trust me. Some people is faster than others. But you have to heal. Prison, you might not have think it broke you. And it might not have broke you in the way that you thinking. But it broke a little piece of you to the point where you're still healing. Because if you wasn't still healing, why you got anxiety? Why you got PTSD? Why do you have flashbacks? Why do certain things bother you? It's okay to have a little broken piece. No one said that it couldn't get fixed. We're steady fixing ourselves. We're constantly working with ourselves, on ourselves. When you drive in the car is constantly, and the engines is constantly moving. Everything is, the wheels is constantly rolling. So that's what we are. We constantly moving. We constantly functioning, growing, learning, elevating. It's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. If you just now tuning in, follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA Real JANELL. I'm going to jump into another song, and I'm going to give you some news you can use, and I'm going to roll on out of here until Thursday. I love y'all. I hope y'all doing good. Shout out to my couch potatoes.
Appreciate the hood, cause it taught me how to hustle. Went through some hard times when I was down on my knuckles. I appreciate the ones who stuck around, just know I love you. I appreciate the long days in the trap. Appreciate the road every time I made it back. I appreciate the hard tin in their white. A nigga play with me, he don't appreciate his life. Don't appreciate his life. And I appreciate the things that happen to you, cause it shaped me to be who I am. And I promise it's the truth. Handle my business up, counting my days, cutting off a couple niggas and continue to make my moves, yeah. I got shit that I gotta do. Play with me, then you all fool. Keep playing with me, you wanna be lame. See, I'm tryna be nice, but you keep pressing my gates and my baby. Something ain't right with this picture I see. So I cut you, I took you out in the tree. You say you love me, what is there? Don't need you in my life, just wait and you'll see. I appreciate the money, cause I grew up in the struggle. Appreciate the hood, cause it taught me how to say you got back it from a granny. And I appreciate my real niggas, my family and friends. The struggle only made me just be greater within. I know the people that surround me keep it real. Cause half the ones I keep around, I'm I appreciate the money cause I grew up in the struggle. Appreciate the hood cause it taught me how to hustle. Went through some hard times when I was down in my knuckles. I appreciate the ones who stuck around, just know I love you. I appreciate the long days in the trap. Appreciate the road every time I made it back. I appreciate the hard tin in their white. A nigga play with me, he don't appreciate his life. Don't appreciate his life.
Okay? Period. You heard me? Don't appreciate his life. Okay. Let's go past that. But I do want to say this before we get into news you can use. Imagine going into prison completely sober and leaving prison a drug addict. What do you think is the main reason why there are drugs in the prisons? Because it's not always the inmates. It's not always the inmates. There's officers that don't want to see inmates be successful. So they'll do things that when they know they're going through something, when they know they're at a weak moment, they'll present them something, a situation, anything. And sometimes it turns out that those inmates end up strung out. It's really sad, but you know, my heart goes out to the ones that's still locked up, that's actually fighting addiction right now because an officer got them addicted. Or because they got with the wrong person and they allowed them to get in their mind when they was already broken and they didn't get a chance to fix their pieces yet. And somebody allowed them, they allowed someone in their head, you know. Drug addiction is in prisons. Heavy as fuck. You know. If there was an advocate that was on the yard that was doing something about it, I'm sure it, you know. As far as the fentanyl. I mean, cool, y'all can smoke weed, cigarettes, cool, but come on now. Fentanyl, knocking people off, like getting people like strung out so they can actually one day give them a lethal dose. It's sick. It's sick. Let's get into this news you can use on the couch. Now, I know you guys think that all of these prisons are so, well secured that nobody can ever escape. Well, they thought that in Veneta, it's supposed to be secure. But this weekend, an inmate escaped. His name was Jet Green, 23 years old, and he walked away, and he actually has been caught. He's been caught, and let me tell you guys what he was in prison for. Possession of a stolen vehicle. Only 2 years. Now, here's what the reason why I wrote it down. Is because when I hear escape, my thoughts are, okay, this person has a life without. And this is the only way they'll be able to see the light of day. Is if they leave right now, escaping, and they get away with it. But to see somebody that has 2 years and they trying to escape, that blows my mind. 2 years? Good night, love. Yes. Good night. Sweet dreams. And you remember what we used to say in the penitentiary? Sleep with the angels. I'm sorry. I wasn't meaning it like in a... But yeah. So, when you escaping from prison, I would expect that when you escaping that you have a life sentence, like life without. You have no possibility of ever getting out. And this is the only way that you'll be able to get out is if you escape. But to be escaping for 2 years, that's damn near what? 6 months? Maybe 12? now you facing the possibility of escape charges, and that carries what? Maybe 1 to 5 years when you already locked up, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's more charges on top of what you, unless you try to stay in there so you can, you know what I'm saying, dig somebody down. If that's what that was, excuse me. I didn't mean to blast you. But, you know, some people don't think those things through. They just see an opportunity. They like, oh my God, I can leave. I'm about to just leave. And that's exactly what he did. He seen an opportunity and he just left. And now he has to suffer the consequences of possibly facing more charges. You know, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to be staying longer. You know, if he was going to be discharging at the end of fucking June, it's over with. That's over with. Now you are pushed back. Ugh, I just hate that for him. Ecuador plunges into crisis amid prison riot, kidnapping, and now first of all of this is whew, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but and you can't even see the clip that I put because the clip came out too small. But let me tell you guys something. A lot of this has to do with the prison being overcrowded. Now, when there's an overcrowded prison, you know what that means? That means the drug lords, the gang members, the LGBTQIHHRFBBC, like all of them, like if they have beef, they have an opportunity to fuck each other up. Because overcrowded, it makes it to where the officers can't respond on time. It's so overcrowded, they might not even be able to get there. So it's going down in Ecuador. Now between 2001 and now, 400 prisoners have died. You know, between clashes of rival gangs. That's heavy. That's heavy. You know, going to prison, and especially if you're a gang member. If you are a gang member and you go to prison, you have to think of the possibility that there's somebody that's on the yard that might want to get their stripes, that is from a rival gang. And when they see you, they look at you as an easy target. And they might fucking shake your ass to death. And you know what? It's nothing you can do about it because you chose that life. Remember? It's on the set. On the set, right? Well, you gotta remember that when you in prison, especially if it's overcrowded, on the set, might get you fucked up. So, my heart goes out to everybody out there in Ecuador in the prison systems, because I know there's some people that literally got their nose cleaned in the motherfucking. They like, oh shit. Ooh, I hope I make it out this bitch alive. For real. There's times where I was on the yard like, oh my God, I hope we make it out. It was the point where I feel like all the black people is being targeted by the white officers. Because, the warden, they didn't like him. And I was just like, oh my God, like they are really like, they throwing people's face into the pavement, like blacking people's eyes, taking them to lock for no reason, shaking them down. I was like, man, I hope I make it, like, fuck. And I couldn't even say it on the phone. Like, I couldn't even be like, mama, daddy, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. These officers, I couldn't do that. So they could flag me? Fuck no. Fuck you no. Shout out to Ronnie Long. I did post this as well. Like I said, I'll post I'll actually post it on the page because it came out a little bit too small. But Ronnie Long was convicted by an all-white jury in North Carolina, October 1976, accused of raping a white woman in Concord. He spent 44 years in prison before it got overturned. Imagine being innocent for 44 years, and every time you say, I'm innocent, they like, yeah, the fuck right. Everybody says that. Because I know they did that to him. I know they did that to him. Imagine that. 44 years. And I will say this. He is actually, how much he's getting back is it's a record. $25 million for his pain and suffering. That's the most anyone has ever gotten back to date. That's the most. And that would never take back his life. What he went through in there, what he had to go through. And ain't no telling what the things that he had to endure. And then back in that day, you know, he was in there for raping a white woman. Ain't no telling how the white officers were treating him. So for $25 million is nothing compared to what he went through emotionally, mentally, physically. But I pray that from here on out, he's able to get some satisfaction out of life. Do something that he's always wanted to do. Go somewhere that he's never been before. I really do. Last thing I'm going to say is there are controlled shakedowns in Georgia State Prison, and it turned briefly violent. And the reason why I brought it up is because controlled shakedowns. Fuck. Thursday, we're going to get more into detail about shakedowns. But I wanted to end y'all with this. Because I'm going to do a story time. There was a time that we had shakedowns so fucking bad. And I don't know, but somebody had gave me these pills. And I had just got them, and they talking about some shakedown. I took all these pills, and I couldn't even keep my eyes open for the shakedown. I ended up having to get drug tested. They ended up having to shake my cell down more than once. So, Thursday when I come back for Prison Talk, we're going to get more into details about shakedowns. If you've been in a heavy shakedown or a tough shakedown and you want to talk about it, come talk about it on the couch. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. I'll see y'all Thursday. Love you, Big O. My babies. My couch potatoes on Big O. My couch for Big O's.